So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. It's nice to see that a lot of more people came to today's workshop. Before starting the workshop, I would request everyone to mute their mic during workshop. In between, if you have any questions or query, then you can put them in the chat box, and at end of the presentation, we will answer you. Okay. So with this, we will start our session. Right. So under in the sales module, individual checklist for sales order and inquiry. So previously in OurSys, we used to have a single shared checklist for both sales and inquiry that was provided under the master. So if user need to have some other this checklist for inquiry and some other checklist for sales order, then that provision was not available. So in this version, we have given a provision to user so they can create a different checklist for sales order and enquiry, allowing users to verify only the points needed to that individual document. Let me just take you to the screen. Under the masters, where earlier user used to create sales and purchase checklist, here you can see we have given a drop down for the document where for the inquiry and for sales order user can create a new this checklist. Okay, here you can see under the inquiry these are the number of checklists which I need to follow, which I have created in the master. And for the sales order, these are my separate checklist which I do not check in this inquiry. So we have bifurcated it. Moving to the next provision, validation of complete quantity fulfillment from sales to make invoice. So, when customer requests us to make invoice with the same quantity mentioned in the sales order, then OurSys did not allow you to prevent invoicing if the entire quantity of the sales order wasn't ready. Okay. So now we have given a provision at the sales order document level where user can put the restriction on the sales order to avoid the partial invoicing. So let me just take you to the screen here. In the sales order screen, we have given you the validation type where under this you can select a single order invoice. After selecting the single order invoice, system will not allow you to generate the invoice if there are missing item other than sales order. And there is a one more option here, invoice without fulfill order quantity. In this order I have added a line item which consisted of 5 quantity, and now while I am making an invoice I am creating an invoice of 4 quantities, so system is not allowing me to generate this invoice. Okay. Moving to the next provision, under the invoice logging provision if there is no TC. So this feature is to the customer who are using the test certificate in the OurSys. So before we did not have a way to stop the invoice for being generated if the material test certificate wasn't created in the OurSys. So to tackle this, in this version, we have added a lock in OurSys that prevent user from generating an invoice if the material test certificate is not created. As you can see here, while making invoice, system is showing me a remark in the red and a generation button which used to show under the item is not visible. Once I generate the sales TC, system will allow to make me the invoice. Okay, so moving to the next provision under the purchase. Okay, so purchase order detail report enhancement. Earlier there was no provision to see in the purchase requisition detail report that how many purchase requisitions that did not have a purchase order. Earlier we have the filter of PR pending, but that filter used to work if the number of PR which are pending for inspection. However, if any purchase user or production user who has reached the purchase requisition wanted to know their which of their purchase requisition did not have a PO, then that report was not getting extracted from the OurSys. Okay. So we have added a provision, added a new filter in the purchase requisition detail report, where a user can easily see his PRs which are still pending for purchase order. Okay, so let me just take you to the screen. Under the purchase module, we have a report called purchase requisition detail report, where we have added a new criteria pending for purchase order. After clicking on this criteria, system will show me the purchase order which are uh, pending for purchase order. Okay. The next provision is purchase order detailed report enhancement. Previously, a user needed to check a supplier RFQ separately to find the RFQ related to the specific line item in the purchase order detailed report. So this was very time consuming process and took time because user had to manually search the RFQ of the rate of the line item. To tackle this, now we have made it easier for the user to view the finalized RFQ directly with the purchase order detailed report. This means that this manager and user can easily check if the purchase is from the right vendor without having to search separately. So under the purchase module, we have a report called purchase order detail report. Under this, we have given you a flag of show RFQ detail. When you click on the yes, the system will show me the finalized vendors RFQ rate and the supplier name in the purchase order detail report itself. Moving to the next provision, purchase requisition waiting for approval enhancement. Okay. So before, when purchaser need to decide on the quantity of the purchase based on the minimum order quantity, they have to go to the specific master item master and check the minimum order quantity. So now we have added the column in the purchase requisition waiting for approval screen. This will make the purchaser easy and simplifying their workflow. Okay. So under the purchase module, PR waiting for approval stage. Here we have given additional column to display where purchase officer can select the economic order quantity, minimum level, and reorder level. So our sys will bring these figure from their individual master. Moving to the next provision, bonded warehouse good tracking. So, when importing goods, the government offers a bonded warehouse facility. Here, received good can be stored partial quantity can be picked later by paying their duties. In overseas, it is necessary to create a goods receipt note. However, user could distinguish between the goods that are at the bonded warehouse and those are at the company location. Okay. So now we have introduced a new transaction feature that allow users to transfer goods from the supplier directly to the bonded warehouse first and then move to the company location when needed. This feature is simply meant to separate the location of good between the bonded warehouse and the company location without impacting the actual stock in the overseas. Okay, so under the purchase module, it is the new link has been given, import goods tracking. Here you can update the stage of the import goods, whether they are at the customer end or they have reached to the bonded warehouse, whether they are duty paid or they are receiving at the factory. By this, purchase officer will know the location of the inventory and can manage the location here in the OurSys. And here we have also given provision to tag, allow the purchase officer to allocate that purchase good to a specific sales order if that is bought for that particular order. Now moving to the receiving module, that is stores. Warning for duplicate serial number while receiving of material from supplier. So previously there was a provision to put the serial number when receiving item from the supplier. But however, there might be cases where some serial number is mistakenly entered for multiple product from the same supplier. To tackle this, we now display a warning message if a user enters a serial number that has been assigned to a same product from the same supplier. This will help the store user to identify if there is any mistake either from the supplier end or they have done a mistake in the entry. So, especially in the case where the serial number should not exist for the purchase product. Okay. So here you can see under the receiving module we have given this feature. I have made a GRN earlier for ACAR heat treatment where I have received the particular item and filled their serial number. Now, when I am once again receiving the same material from the same vendor, and here I have put the serial number as of previous GRN, then system is showing me that this serial number is duplicate. Okay. Then moving to the next provision, multiple lot receiving for customer material enhanced. Okay. So in overseas, there is already a feature to receive goods in multiple lot for purchase receiving. However, if a customer receives receiving needs to be done in multiple lot, for example, when there are individual serial number for each part, it was only possible by receiving part one by one, which took a lot of time and efforts for the store person. Okay, so to tackle this, we now made it easier to receive customer material in multiple lot, just like the receiving module. कहाँ से म्यूट हुआ अभी अभी हुआ I guess there was a technical issue with my voice. So let me explain you the feature again. In OurSys, there is already a feature to receive goods in multiple lot for purchase receiving. But if customer material needs to be received in multiple lot, for example, there are individual serial number for each part, then it is only possible by receiving each item one by one, which took a lot of time for the store person to enter it. To tackle this, now in OurSys, we have made it easier to receive customer material in multiple lot, just like the receiving module. Okay, so under the receiving module, we have given the link of receiving of customer material, where you can receive the customer material, and here you can see you can add the multiple lot of the item which you are receiving from the customer. So this will save a lot of time for the storekeeper. Here you can see he can create a multiple lot and put their lot and serial number. Okay. Moving to the next provision, putting enhanced. Okay, so previously user couldn't filter the putting record by company location. If a company has multiple location, this provision is for the customers who have multiple company location in the overseas. Okay. So now we have given added a filter of company location to quickly sort the putting report by selecting the particular company location. So let me just take you to the screen. You can see here under this stores module, we have given the link called putting. Under the search edit of putting, you can see we have provided a company location drop down where user can select the company location. By selecting the company location, system will show you the report based on that company location. Now moving to the next option to do putting by transaction type. Okay. So previously, when a user wanted to complete the putting task, they had to go through the entire list of the item pending for putting. However, in case user need a filter by goods receipt note number or warehouse number before the putting to done in the location entry, so it was not possible. So now a user have the option to filter the putting list by entering the goods receipt note number or the warehouse number. So this simplifies their workflow while allowing them to categorize entry based on the transaction of goods related into the OurSys. Okay. So see under the putting, we have given you the search criteria where you can select the transaction type and whether it is a goods receipt note, a receipt from the supplier, either it's a customer material or you are doing a job order inward, and whether it is a warehouse inward. Here you can select the transaction type and enter the document number here. And after clicking on OK, system will only show you that particular item which you are going to put in a particular specific location. Moving to the next, putting report enhanced. Okay, so in the storage location, there is an option called type of fixture, which assigns different fixture type to various storage location within company. So previously, there was no provision to search putting report by using the type of fixture filter. So in this version, now user have provision. It is allowed. OurSys allows user to filter the putting report by the type of fixture option, enabling them to refine the report more accurately. Okay. So under the putting search edit, here user can select the type of fixture, and based on that, system will show you the putting entries done on that particular type of fixture. Now, moving to the next module, that is production. Under production, job order history enhanced. Okay. So previously, the job order history did not display record of outsourced processes until they are received or inspected. Additionally, in the case of multiple location where production is done, a company that has multiple location and one single job order is processed in multiple location, so there was no way to see the WIP transfer processes from one location to another. To tackle this, now in the job history, the display record of outsourced processes until the material is received and inspected. So this will help the production user to see the status of the outsourced process through the history only. Additionally, in the case of multiple location where material is transferred from one location to another, it will show in the job card history itself. So yeah, you can see I have dispatched one job order to a vendor. When I go to the job order search, here we have provision to see the job order history by clicking on the hyperlink. Here under the job order history, we have created a separate column for outsourced dispatch and WIP processes. Your system will show me that this job order has been dispatched to a particular vendor, their challan number, and how much quantity has been sent or received from them. Moving to the next provision, production entry through multiple job in one production event is now enhanced. Okay. So in situation like sheet metal cutting where raw material is issued to a machine for multiple job order, the production processes used to be marked through multiple job in one production event in OurSys. So this involving is such that material to the individual job order, but in reality, the material is issued to the machine and consumption need to be record each job order separately. Okay, so to tackle this, now OurSys has introduced a feature where user can issue the material to a machine and record its consumption during production entry using the multiple job in one production event feature. Okay, so under the production, we have a provision called material request node where a user can request a raw material or a subcomponent against a machine, and then store person issues the material to that machine requested. Once the material is issued to the machine, the production user can make this data capturing here under multiple job in one production event where he will simply select the machine to which the material was issued, and then he will enter the job order which are currently being processed. So yeah, you can see a system will give you the pop-up that okay, this iron rod has been issued to the machine and how much quantity need to be consumed for this job order. Under DMS, okay, so this is the next module, document report enhanced. So before we did not have option to view the document which are expired. The report used to display both expired as well as unexpired document. So now in this version we have added a option for the user to filter the document reports in the DMS by their expiry tag. So here you can see under the DMS module we have a link called document. Under the search edit of the document, we have given you a checkbox where you can select if you want to see the expired document. System will only show you the document which are expired. Okay, under the MIS, supplier purchase report enhanced. So, in overseas, for calculating the supplier performance, the criteria for percentage of quality and on-time delivery were fixed. However, there were requests from the user to allow them to decide the percentage by themselves. So now in this version, OurSys allows user to decide the percentage of these criteria themselves. Then based on their criteria, the supplier performance report will get calculated under those defined percentages. So under the master, we have added a new link called supplier performance parameter configuration, where user can create their template where they can define for quality how much percentage should be assigned, for on-time delivery how much percentage should be considered. This can be categorized based on the type or instances. So based on this, user can create that template, and in supplier performance report, in the search criteria, they can get the result by selecting those particular template that has been created. So system will show me the performance report based on that criteria only. Moving to the next module, that is accounts, profit and loss report enhanced. So in recent update, we improved the profit and loss accounts report by allowing user to compare the data from the previous 2 years. However, user could not compare the data for the specific date. If user compares the data, this report from today, then last 2 year data would come as of 31st March. So now we have improved this report. Now, if user selects the date range, the report will display the data from the previous and with the same current year within the selected period range. So here you can see under the accounts model, we have a report called profit and loss report. Here under the filter, we have given you provision to show previous 2 years data. So your system is now showing me the report based on the current date. Earlier it was showing me as on 31st March for the previous years. Now moving to the next feature, that is purchase register and sales register report enhanced. So previously under the sales and the purchase register, there was a provision to add the voucher type in the in in the sales and purchase register. Okay, but there was no way to filter the report by the voucher type. So in this version we have given the provision to search the report by voucher type in the filter. So under the accounts module, you can see there are provision to add the voucher type under the purchase and the sales voucher. So if I go to the search edit of the voucher, here we have given you the voucher type drop down. So you accounts user can select their voucher type and get the report based on that selected criteria. Moving to the next, sundry creditor and debtor outstanding report enhanced. So earlier in the sundry creditor and debtor outstanding report, OurSys only displayed the pending local amount, whereas on the debit or credit side for uh, for foreign amount outstanding. So in this version, we have improved this report. Now user can get the detailed report to see the pending foreign amount for a specific voucher in the sundry debtor and creditor outstanding. Okay, so under the accounts module, we have a report called sundry creditor and debtor outstanding. Here, under the detailed report, we have given you additional column by which user can select these check boxes and get the report accordingly. Here you can see now we have added a column of foreign pending amount where system will show you how much foreign amount is pending for that particular ledger. Okay, so moving to the next, budget, cost center, and ledger wise combination. Okay, so under the finance module, we have made these changes. We have now added the provision of adding the budget combination of cost center and ledger. So yeah, under the finance module, we have a link called budget where you can create a budget against the cost center and the cost center ledger. By this, you can get the budget statement report and their flow. Here you can see you can add the cost center and all their heads and their amount will come. Now, MSME number required on the invoice print. So now the government has made mandatory that MSME number of your should be visible to your customers under the invoice. So we have added MSME number provision. So you can contact to our support if there is no MSME number on your invoice print. So they will help you to update that. So under the in the invoice print, you will able to get your. Now overseas environment. So imagine if there are two clients who are using overseas. One client initiates a purchase order for other client. The receiving client then needs to create a sales order to fulfill that order. After executing that sales order and generating the invoice, the initial customer need to record the GRN. So now in our CRP, we have a new feature to streamline the process for the client. So when one client creates a purchase order, our sys will automatically generate a corresponding sales order for the other client. And after the second client completes this order and generates the invoice, our sys will automatically creates a advance shipment notice for the first client. So this will make it easier for them to generate a goods receipt note. So now our sys to our sys can directly be linked if both the parties are using the same ERP platform. Menu link revamped. So in this version, we have restructured our menu links just like in master. We have sorted them for making user to get the report easily under the, as you can see under the master, we have segregated the item, bill of material, customer, associate, and customer related master separately. Here, the one main changes that we have done, the item process layout, we have brought it under the production. Okay. Rest other links are at their places. So this is under the master. Under the MIS, we have segregated the report based on their summary, insights, or performance. And same goes to the reports. Yeah, the action reports, analysis report, purchase requisition report, sourcing, all has been segregated, so user can easily get those reports. And under the accounts link, the ledger, register, and the reports have been segregated. Same with the stores. Here, if user need a stock report, then he will directly use these four links. Or he want to see the issued stock or lot level, then those report can be referred by them. And then in the production, for the planning, the report has been segregated, and the for stock related activity, we have segregated that report. And under invoicing, so the performa, the delivery note, and the invoicing has been segregated along with their reports. Under the project module, kanban board enhancement. So in the previous version, under the project module, we have introduced the kanban report, where along with your project activities, you can define those activity under the milestone, and that can be tracked based on that milestone. Okay, so we have enhanced that report by introducing the dependability in those milestone and color indication enhancement in the kanban report. So let me just take you to the screen. Under the master, we have given you the project milestone master, where you can define which milestone depend on other milestone, that can be had multiple. So under the project module, we have given you project kanban board report. Here you can see that you will get the number of project which are under currently process, and under which milestone they are, so that can be referred here. As you can see, we have increased the number of color indication. Earlier there were three indication. Now we have added not started and odd time to get. So here you can see there is one project, so which is under the M4 milestone. So the purchase is currently in process, and this is in process and has been delayed. This milestone has been delayed. It was supposed to complete on this 3rd of February, but it is still under process. And if you click on the project hyperlink, system will take you to the all the milestone that this particular project includes. Here you can see the planned date and the actual start date. Here you can get the color indication that the first milestone was completed and it was completed on time. The second milestone are in process but are delayed. So this is one of the beautiful report. And by clicking on that milestone, system will give you the further detail, right? Okay, so under this milestone, what were the activities and what activities completed at that particular date. So